Hey everybody, as always, I hope you're doing well out there. Today I'm going to be doing a quick video to walk you through how to use the auto scroll feature on your Garmin Instinct watch. Now I'm using the Garmin Instinct Solar. Doesn't matter if you've got one of the solar versions or non-solar versions of the Garmin Instinct. This video is going to work the same for everybody. If you've watched my videos in the past, the auto scroll feature is a feature that's part of your activities. So some of this might be kind of refresher, but I've never really touched before on what the auto scroll does. That's what I'm gonna try and do in this video. You gotta kind of bear with me. This is a video that might make more sense if I was out doing an activity and can actually film it. But let's go into our activities. Let's say we're gonna go for a walk, for example. I'm gonna press the GPS button. Doesn't really matter which activity you choose. This feature is going to be available on all of them. I'm going to go ahead and press walk, and let's say we're going for a walk. You'll notice up here, if you've watched before, I've talked about the options in your activities. If I press the up button, we can go to our settings for the given activity. Since we're doing a walk activity, I'm going to go into my walk settings. The first thing you should see are your data screens. Now, depending on how you have the given activity set up, you could have multiple screens set up. So you'll notice in my walk activity, my first screen shows my distance, my timer, my elevation, but I've also got a second screen and also my heart rate. I've also got a second screen that shows my heart rate zones. Got a third screen that shows the time of day. You can edit those data screens per activity. You can add as many pages as you want to. If I wanted to add another page with another element on it, I could do that. But first I wanted to show you those are your different data fields and data screens in the activity. If you go to the very bottom in your settings for the activity, or near the bottom, there's a feature for auto scroll, and by default it's usually turned to off. So we're going to leave it off, and I'm going to show you what happens if you leave this off. So let's go back and let's start our activity. I'm out, I'm doing my walk. As I'm doing my walk, this is the watch face that's on there. I can press the back button, I can go to the main watch face, I can go back into the activity by pressing GPS, but it's always going to go back to this data page. I can press the up or down button to see the extra data pages that we had set up before that we just looked at. The heart rate zone, the time of day, and then back to my main page. I'm going to go ahead and stop this activity. And I'm going to go ahead and just discard it. So as you're walking, you can look at your watch and you can adjust those screens to see the different information that you're wanting to see. But in this case, let's go ahead and turn on the auto scroll and I'll show you what it does. So we're going to go back into our walk settings. Again, the auto scroll feature is going to be per activity. So I'm going to turn it on for the walking activity. I've got a couple different options. I can either have it off, I can have it on slow, medium, or fast. I'm going to just put it on medium. We'll press the back button. And again, now let's start the activity. Now while we're walking and the watch is on the wrist, you'll notice it automatically goes to my second data screen. Now it goes to my third one. And it goes back to the first one. And what this does is it basically keeps you from having to manually choose which screen you want to look at. You can just look at your wrist and it'll cycle through them automatically, and it'll do it based on the speed that you have set. That's what the auto scroll does, is it automatically scrolls whatever data pages you've got showing in that given activity. I don't really know if this is a beneficial thing or not. I kind of look at it, if I was doing cycling or maybe hunting or fishing activities where I'm kind of sitting still and I can look at my watch, I could see where this would be a nice feature. When I'm out running or something, to me it's kind of a pain to look at your wrist and not know which screen it's on because it's constantly cycling through. But anyway, that's what the auto scroll feature does for you. It's a feature that's available in your actual activities. I'm going to go ahead and stop my activity and discard it. The one thing I'll mention is if you turn it on, you'll want to make sure and turn it off for the given activity the next time you do it. So I'm done with a walk. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my main screen. I'm wearing my watch. The next day I want to go for a walk. If I go in and I do a walk, by default, it's going to automatically remember what your last setting was. So if I go into my walk settings, auto scroll is still on. I hope that makes sense. It's a little bit of a complicated feature. It's really not that hard to figure out. Next time you go out for an activity, turn it on, see what it does for you. I should mention, it only works if you've got multiple data screens set up for your activity. If you're just using one data screen with multiple data elements, unlike me where I had 3 data screens, the auto scroll does nothing for you. I hope this video makes sense. Hope it's not too complicated. As always, if you've got questions, post them in the comments. I'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.